this and that.
Yeah.
And before we forget, please subscribe.
Subscribe to this channel. Like this video. Give us thumbs up. Follow us on Instagram. And like us on Facebook.
And share, share, share.
Absolutely.
Do not forget to share.
Well, today we are super excited because we have a very special guest on. And we have Miss Tiara on today.
Hi, Tiara. Hello. How are you?
I am super excited.
Yeah.
I cannot contain myself. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get on through this interview.
So it will be 3 of us.
Yes.
We're excited too.
We're excited
Okay,
too.
good.
We love guests. That just helps. It just makes our conversations more heartwarming and more fun because we love to laugh. So thank you so much for coming on.
No problem.
So we're gonna start with, if you notice, we have in front of us this nice. This is full of deliciousness.
Yeah, hopefully
So,
you can see.
as we're eating, Tiara is going to tell us a little bit about her vegan journey that she's on. And she took the honor of making us some dessert. So we can't wait to get into it and chop it up with learning more about that.
Yes, so, well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I was looking forward to this all week.
Yep.
I'm so excited to even just be invited. So, girls, thank you. Ladies, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for making the time.
No problem.
And for making this. Oh my gosh. It smells so good.
It does. It smells like chocolate. So, a disclaimer before we even taste it. I have never tried this.
Okay.
So, I love trying new things, vegan things, because I am on a vegan journey. I decided to go vegan for just the month of January, just to see how it, how I would do on it.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, accept that
Continue.
lifestyle and that. So I decided to start making different types of vegan dishes.
Nice.
Okay.
Just to experiment with it. So this one that we're going to try today is called the vegan mug cake, MUG.
Okay.
Because it's baked in the same thing this is in now.
Yeah.
And it's baked in the microwave. And it only takes game changer.
That's my type of dessert. I'm not a baker, but I love dessert.
Right.
Yes.
And the other special and great thing about it only takes 5 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Even better.
Even
5
better.
minutes.
So what do we top it with the ice cream?
Yes. So it's a chocolate mug cake because they can come in different kinds. So this one is the chocolate one. And then we're going to top it with some vegan ice cream, vanilla bean ice cream, and then we're going to taste it and see how
Awesome.
Yes. 2 of my favorite things.
Ice cream
love,
and chocolate.
love ice
She
cream
does.
and love
Really?
chocolate.
And I didn't even tell her. I didn't tell her.
I made the right choice.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Awesome.
So that's the scooper.
Yep,
Grab the
that's the
scooper.
scooper.
Yep.
And another thing, I just thought about like how easy it is to make. That this is something that you can do with your children.
Yeah.
Teach them how to make them.
Yes.
And then kids, when you want a dessert, don't come to me and ask me for it because we are going to learn how to make it.
Yes.
And it's really quick.
Yeah. So how are you enjoying the journey so far?
So far, I am enjoying the benefits of the journey.
Yes.
Definitely enjoying the benefits. Because if you are, familiar with vegan, if you tried it before, or even vegetarian, us ladies, we go through that time. Sometimes we get a little bloated.
Yes.
And the veganism and the vegetarian journey, it takes away the bloat.
Oh,
and so I
good
am
to
enjoying
know.
the benefits
Good to
of
know.
being a vegan right now. I love it. I love that part of it. It has some cons too, and the cons is you got to learn how to, go
Make
around
it,
not having the cheeses and not having
Oh, the cheeses.
yes, and bacon. So you kind of got to get used to those things. So that is a little bit of con, just trying to change your lifestyle. Is it?
This is a keeper.
It's
good.
Excited. Let me
2
try
scoops
it.
of ice cream for me.
She got 2 scoops.
I gotta get 2.
This
One
is
is
good.
not enough. It's ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I know, one is never enough. I should have got 2. You're right.
No. 2 scoops.
Mm-hmm.
No, 1 is enough. I just need 2 scoops.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us what has been the most difficult thing for you to adapt in accepting this vegan journey.
Giving up the things that you love, like, you always have that special recipe that you love, right? So I love my own macaroni and cheese. If I must say so myself, I do a pretty good job.
That's a staple piece.
Yes. So, giving up the macaroni and cheese because it has, the dairy in it.
Yeah.
So giving it up and trying to switch that out for, vegan cheeses.
Right.
Has been like a little bit of a challenge because vegan cheese is not bad. But it is
different. It's a difference. It is a difference. And that's when I thought about it a while ago, eons ago, of becoming vegan. One of the things that I was reading is that whatever your favorite food is, figure out how to try to make that vegan. Okay. So it's not like you're giving up your favorite food per se.
Right. I think it's about also the seasoning.
Yeah.
You can use whatever you use, like sauces or whatever seasoning you use. If you use that when cooking either your tofu or whatever vegan main ingredient that you are going to use, it may satisfy the craving for whatever it is. It's hard.
It is. It's definitely like a mental thing. Like man over matter. Like, I don't need that hot dog with chili.
I don't.
It.
It's good, but I don't.
Right, I don't need it. I'm
but
gonna go ahead and
vegan food is the best though.
Is it?
Even better, or the vegetarian one.
Okay.
Even better than the regular I think.
One? Really? Okay.
And I heard the carrot dog was really good to try. Was a really good substitute for
the
hot dog.
Yeah,
really?
The carrot dog.
Yeah. I never tried that.
Try it
because it sounds weird.
I'll send you the recipe because we had it.
No, they say it's good because you put this liquid smoke on it.
Oh.
That's what it.
Yeah, and it took the kids a minute.
Really?
I think the only reason they found out is because they saw the big carrots on the counter.
Yeah.
And then they were not there. And then they were eating. It was like they put them together. Like, wait a minute, what happened to?
Right. That would be me. That would be me seeing the carrot and then be like, I'm gonna put this on a bun.
Right.
I'm gonna eat it. So yeah, okay. So, but I'll try it.
Yeah,
so are you doing this journey alone or do you have family with you?
So I'm doing it with my mom.
Oh, awesome. You do.
I'm doing it with my mom.
You do.
And she is more headstrong than me. Because it was kind of like my idea to go vegan. And so I kind of just pulled her along, And so now she's like kicking and streaming. She's like, how many more days we got? Oh, she is counting down. She can't wait. But it's been fun, cooking in the kitchen with her, trying to change up some recipes and things like that. So it's been pretty cool.
So you guys have been cooking together?
We have.
So even more, is that something that you guys did before? Or is that something that you guys started doing more often?
We do. We do it. We did it before.
Good.
We did it before. Not as often, because now we're kind of doing it more often and we got to come up with something to eat. But we did, special occasions like, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I was always trapped in the kitchen, so I just, pull her along. So we cook together, but it's been more on a daily basis now because now we really
it's intentional. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So speaking of cooking, you have a new YouTube channel.
I do.
Tell us
about it, and y'all go subscribe.
Yes.
Subscribe. Share.
Yes. So the name of my YouTube channel is Tiara the Survivor. And because I am a breast cancer survivor, I am a 2-time breast cancer survivor. So I named my channel Tiara the Survivor. Thank you. It's a blessing. All glory to God. I'm so blessed in that aspect. But my YouTube channel focuses on, we have something called Taste It Tuesday. And so with me and my mom and my daughter, we get together and we taste something on Tuesday. Okay. And it'd be different. And it came along so, organically. We were kind of in the pandemic together, in the house together. And I was like, just looking at a commercial on TV, like, I want to taste that. And so we was like, let's just taste it. And it just happened to be on a Tuesday. And I was like, we can taste it on Tuesday. We just joking around the house. And then I just kind of started posting it on Facebook, and people responded, and they liked it. And I got a couple of people saying, you should put this on YouTube, because I missed last Taste It Tuesday. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And then I I always wanted to have my own YouTube channel anyway because of breast cancer. So I wanted to definitely, put my story out there to the world and be show people, that breast cancer is not a death wish. It's something that you can overcome, you can fight. You have your hope, you have the Lord, and you can do it. So I definitely wanted to be an inspiration to other women and be a witness to God, show people you can beat this thing. So
beautiful.
Tiara the Survivor.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That is so inspirational.
Thank you.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So, let's talk about, thank you for sharing about your journey.
Yeah.
With accepting, I like how you put it, accepting the journey of becoming a vegan. If that's something that after, this last month or when you finish this challenge, if this is something that you're willing to implement, right? Or to start. Because it's a process.
It is.
And you guys went from, because usually people go from, go from vegetarian and then you kind of try to transition to vegan. You guys went all the way.
We just jumped right in the pool.
Not even the shallow end. You went right to the deep end.
To the nasty.
Love it.
We went right in. Because at first, I actually was a vegetarian for 2 years. But I had that year gap where I was just a carnivore. I was consuming meat. And I took that time off. So vegetarian I could do. I know I can do a vegetarian. But I wanted to challenge myself even further and say, well, let me just see what this whole vegan thing is about, where everybody keep hollering about. So I'm on it, I'm trying it, and it's not bad.
Right.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Well, let's now talk about your journey with beating cancer.
Yes.
Share
it's my
with
favorite
us.
topic.
Yes, let's talk, because like you mentioned, you can be an inspiration to so many women out there, who may be going through that journey or...
And they just need to see, because I know you don't always start out with where you are in terms of like the overcoming and the triumph, and I know maybe going through in the enduring, you may be some fear there or whatever. So looking at you can be a reference point of hope that, okay, this is what's on the other side of this, right? So you said that you had it twice. So how old were you when you first found out the diagnosis?
25.
Oh,
so
wow.
Young.
So young.
Yes, 25 years old. I would say the thing about my story, I know that it's different from other women only because I'm a third generation 2-time breast cancer survivor. So that means that it came straight down the line. My grandmother, my mother, and then me. Wow. We are all breast cancer survivors, and we all had it twice.
Wow.
We all had it twice, and we got it at a younger age, younger than, what they recommend. Sometimes women get it in their 50s. But we all kind of got it young, and we all had it twice, and we all beat it twice. And so growing up, for me, reason why I say my story may be different, the way I approach breast cancer is different, because for me, I always grew up with having my mom and my grandmother alive, thriving, not letting it stop them. So I saw that as, well, you can beat it. I never saw breast cancer as a death sentence.
Good.
Never did, because I had these two strong women. I just looked at it as, oh, well, they got to go through that. They'll get over it. We'll get through it. And this could be, it may be naive, because I know that's not everybody's reality.
Right.
But that was what I grew up with. So I grew up with women who always taught me to do breast exams, know what to find, know what I'm looking for. And so I was blessed in that aspect. So that was a blessing to me. So when I got breast cancer, and it's weird, I always thought I would get breast cancer. It's the weirdest thing. So I was had a sense of comfortable, a little bit comfortable with it. Even though it sounds weird.
I was just going to say, because just listening to your story, it kind of sounds like you've been around it a lot. Like, now I'm not even going to say most of your life, because I don't know, how old your grandparents were.
All my life.
But yes, it sounds like you've been around breast cancer all your life.
All my life.
Yeah.
So it's like a familiar territory for you.
It is. And in fact, I share a short story. I think it's cute. It's heartwarming to me.
Yeah.
But my grandmother, on her second term of breast cancer, she was in the hospital having a mastectomy in one section of the hospital. And in the other section of the hospital, my mother was giving birth to me.
Wow.
So that's how I say, yes, all my life I'm familiar with this thing. And so to my grandmother, she's no longer here. You know, she passed away in 2018, but she passed away from pancreatic cancer. But she's no longer here. But when she was alive, I was always like her beacon of hope, because she would just. That was the last time that she fought breast cancer, was when I was born.
Yeah.
So she would always say, "How old are you?" Okay, I'm 25 years, surviving,
Yeah.
So, I accept that, and I love that relationship that I had with her. So, yes, I was born into it, and I've been around breast cancer all my life. So, that part, it is it is a sense of comfort with the acceptance of what my reality is.
Right. So, you got it the first time at 25, and then I guess when were you declared like free, like breast cancer?
Like survivorship?
Yeah, that's
because the thing about any type of cancer, since it's inside your body, you've been diagnosed with it. It really is a disease, so you approach it like it's a disease, so you never are free from it. That's why you always hear people say let's search for the cure, because you want to be cured of it.
Right.
But you claim your survivorship. To some people, it's different. To some people, they can claim their survivorship like the day they get their surgery or their last chemo treatment. And some professionals, some doctors like to say 5 years out. So they like to say, if you're 5 years clear, we don't have any incidents, then you're breast cancer free. So it kind of just depends on the person.
Okay.
With me, I say when they took the tumor out. So I claim that day.
Yeah.
I
claim it, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
The day you took it out, I'm free of it. It was gone. So that was what it was for me.
Okay. And then, so the second time it came around, was that more crushing than the first time? Like,
I would say it was a little bit more crushing, only because the first time I was very careful. I was like, with my mom and my grandmother, they decided to have surgery on one side, and then it came back in the other side. Right? Opposite breast. So for me, I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna cut the middleman out. I'm just gonna go ahead and just take
do
both.
both.
Do both. And then so I had the surgery, and then so when it came back the next time, the new occurrence of the breast cancer, I was 32, and it was in the opposite side, but I was like, well, how did that happen? I thought I would get around that part, but I guess you can't get around God's plan,
right?
For you. And I think for me, me getting the breast cancer the second time wasn't about it coming in the second breast. It was about something deeper. It was about my purpose and why I'm still here. Because the first time, I didn't share my story on social media. I didn't share my story with other people. I knew I could survive it because, like I said, I had my mom and my grandmother. But I didn't share with people because I was a bit insecure about what people would think, what people would say, how people would feel about me, or judge me. And so I didn't share it, and I kept it to myself. And God says, you know what? That wasn't the point.
You didn't get it.
You missed the point.
The miracle is never about you. It's never about you. It's always for the other person. And I always go back and think like, going back to the familiar story when God raised Lazarus from the dead, right?
Yes.
Like he raised the dead. So what was the point of that miracle? Like when you look at that, it really wasn't just for Lazarus, because he died again.
Right.
So you know what I mean?
Right.
He died another death. So you always gotta figure out what is the point of that miracle. It's not for you, it's always for someone else.
It's always to share.
It's always to share.
Yeah, and then so I didn't get it the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so like you said, I had to go through it again. But then I realized that, and I had to sit back and ask the question, like, why am I going through this again? And that was the first thing that popped in my head, right? And I was like, okay, God, I got it. Then I got to share my story. Then there's somebody else out there who needs to hear it and see me too.
And see
and not just see me, hooked up to a chemo machine, but also just
living.
See me. Yeah, living. People need to know that you can come out on the other side. So that is exactly why I feel the Lord still has me here. That is my purpose. I'm purpose driven. It's my passion to speak to other women who, had breast cancer, to give them hope, because not everybody grew up in a household.
Right.
Like I did.
I mean, your story is rare and unique,
Right.
So yeah.
And so I accept that.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I guess to look at the other side of the story because unfortunately, there are people out there who do lose that battle, right? And they fight.
Yes.
They really fight, and they give themselves to the higher being, and it's just it wasn't their purpose, I guess.
Right.
And in trying to, I guess, send not a send a positive message or some sort of comfort to those who have lost loved ones to this thing called cancer.
Yeah.
What message can we send to them? Not, their loved ones are no longer here, and they know they fought hard. But I guess I always trying to look out on ways for people not to, when we bring God to the conversation, there's always the question, so why this person and not this person?
Right.
If they were equally religious or faith driven, they equally devoted themselves or put themselves, defer, like you love to say, or defer to our higher being, and they fought, but they didn't make it.
Right.
But you said something about purpose.
Yes, purpose, because and I sit with many women. I know personally women. I mean, even my own grandmother. She didn't, like I said, she didn't pass from breast cancer, but she did pass from pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm really careful not to never, question, God, and what he, what his will is for us. But I, in watching her and taking care of her and enduring that, I know there's many people who had to do that. And so, I sympathize with that too, because I didn't always, see cancer and fight cancer by myself. I was fighting it with her too. And so I sympathize and I empathize with that. I've been in that seat, watching someone fight cancer with every part of them, and and still have to maybe succumb to it, but I don't call it losing the battle, because they have served their purpose, whether we want to accept it or not. Right.
Correct.
They have, and if it's nothing more than for you to have seen them go through that, and then you accept that and you say, well, because they live such a beautiful life, I want to honor them in my life. I want to do something that will honor, my loved one or my relative. And so then I want to, start, a foundation that, helps somebody with cancer or, just apply yourself, because that could be a part, I believe that we're all tied to each other in a way. And that's why we have to share our testimony, because, I have a piece of a puzzle for somebody.
Right.
And you so, we all do.
We all do.
Collectively, we are a community. And so I believe that, and I think that, that hopefully that will give them some type of comfort. If not the Lord, it's not their comfort. Hopefully that will. That they have a purpose, they're still alive, and they can carry on that person. That person's with them. You can carry them with you. So
and I think that's why your story is so impactful, right? Because it's 3 generations of survivors, right?
Yes.
And here you are a survivor, mom. Your mom is a survivor, but then you lost grandma, and even though she was able to survive breast cancer, she passed away from another type of cancer. So that's kind of, and thank you for sharing. Because that's what we want to project. We want to be able to send a message to everyone, right? And make sure that we touch everyone, because we all, it doesn't matter what we may believe on when it comes to our higher being. You have good people out there who may have the same struggles as, we have people on every other side, right? But that doesn't mean that your story may not touch
them.
Everyone, because there may be something within your story that they may not be able to relate to, but there is something about your story that they may be able to relate to. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I mean, when I finally got it, it took me a second time around the field, but when I finally got it, you become naive sometimes. I think when you have a gift or you have a purpose, we all sometimes, not all, but some people, search for their purpose. And I was like searching, like, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? And then when I finally got it, you know, sometimes you can be naive to your purpose because, you know, you're not thinking about it, but it's in you, and people see it in you. And then when I did, you know, become unselfish and decided to share my story, I had so many people, you know, reach out to me via social media or groups or family members. You know, they're my friends, family members reaching out to me and like, oh, tell me how did you deal with, you know, this round of chemo or that round of chemo. And so I'm like, okay, God, you know, I got it, you know. So it's my pleasure. I love sharing it. I mean, so anytime anybody invite me to speak about breast cancer, or speak about, you know, how I, you know, made it through my journey, if I can just speak life into another woman or man, whoever that's facing cancer, I'm there. I'm there.
Awesome. So just to kind of pivot a little bit, there's something else pretty special in your story too. I saw one of your Facebook posts. So talk to us a little bit about this. Last year you celebrated your 20th anniversary.
Yes, I
She
did.
doesn't look old enough to be celebrating a 20 years.
Of what?
Friendship. No, girl, marriage.
20 years. No,
I know.
20 years. I'm looking at her like,
does not look old enough to be. But yes, you
Thank
celebrated
you.
20 years of marriage,
I
and
did.
you gave your husband such a special gift, and it just warmed my little heart. So share with us what you did.
Okay, so we celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary on July 29th. Made 20 years. And so throughout, we got married young. First of all, I met my husband when I was 13 years old, right? Met him, I fell in love. I was in love. And so we got married when I was 18 years old. And he was, you know, he's not far, but he's 19. Like, he was 19 at the time. And so my husband is so sweet, he's so kind. And so it never dawned on him to ask me to change my last name. And so I didn't want to change my last name. So I did not change my last name. And so he never asked me over the years. Other people would, you know, say little stuff, you know, but he would never, you know, pressure me to change my last name. And I didn't want to change my last name because my last name meant a lot to me. And it still means a lot to me. And so I decided then to surprise him on our 20th anniversary and change my last name to his last name.
Aww.
Isn't it?
I know.
Thank you. And he was so surprised. He was like, wow, what are you? Because I gave it to him in a letter form. Because I was like, how do you give somebody, you know, how do I gift them?
Look, ID. Look at this.
Like, how am I do this? So then I, you know, wrote him a nice letter, recorded him, and then had him read it. And then he was
he did.
Yeah, he was
missed
it. He did. But I know he appreciated it, and I loved it. But, you know, I didn't change my last name for so many years because like I said, I have just a really close and tight bond with my mom and my grandmother, and they mean so much to me. And that was gonna be it. It was just gonna be me. I was kind of looking back over my family and thinking about who else still has the name, and I was like, man, I think it might just be just me. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna keep my last name. I'm gonna my last name. I'm gonna honor, you know, my mom and my grandmother with my last name. But then I just, you know, it just, you know, kicked in. I was like, you know what, I can still honor my mom and my grandmother. And still have my husband's take my husband's last name. And so
what is your maiden name?
My name is Brooks.
Yeah, Tiara Brooks. Yes,
it's Brooks.
And your new last name?
Williams. Yes.
And you never thought about hyphenating your last name?
No, I did not. I was like, nope, I'm gonna do the whole thing.
You either go all the way or don't.
Right. How she did with the vegan. She jumped right.
No in between. No middleman.
Yep. Wow.
Just jump right in.
Yeah.
So now I'm in the back of the line.
Yeah, you are. You done went from the front.
Right.
But the last shall be. But the last shall be first.
Thank you, Lord. You're right.
So do you still kind of get confused? well, not confused, but like, oh, Tiara, Brooke. Like, do you
Yes.
still want to say Brooke?
Yes,
You
I
do?
still. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yes. Because some people call me Miss Williams now. They'll see like my name on Zoom. You know, you change your name on there, and they be like Miss Williams, and I'm sitting like, and I go,
Miss Williams.
it's me.
Where's
Right.
Miss Williams?
Right. Oh, look at me. Oh, okay, yeah. And I have
It's
to-
funny.
But I forget. I still forget. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I am a Williams now.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. All the way around.
Mhm.
I got married. I didn't want his last name, but I kind of was like, because we just went to the court, the courthouse and got married. That's it. And I was like, okay, whatever. Let's just put your last name there. But then a few months later, I was like,
Stop moving my phone.
I didn't want to do that. That's not what I wanted to do, and I changed it back to my. But I hyphenated though. I was like, let me not just drop him
right
like that completely. Let me at least put it right somewhere in there.
How do you feel about that?
About which one?
Like taking on his last name, then hyphenating.
Yeah.
It was liberal because.
No, how did he feel about
How did
it?
he feel?
Yeah.
Well, at first when we used to have those discussions before getting married,
Yeah.
he was like, "No, you're supposed to
Take on the
you're
man.
supposed to get
That's
married."
what men usually say.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? But then when I changed it, and because I just did it, I just went to the court. I remember with my little stroller with my baby. I was like, I'm doing this. And I came home. I was like, I changed it back. I just didn't feel like it was me. And he was just like, oh.
Okay. What's for dinner?
Right.
Okay.
Right. As long as my children have my last name, that's his thing.
Right.
And which we're having a little dilemma in my house because my 16-year-old, she wants my last name to be added to Daddy's last name. She wants to have both.
Oh, okay.
And now with that, he's a little more sensitive. Like, okay, wait.
What? Yeah.
What
right.
do you mean?
This is turning into something else.
Right. Like, what are you doing, Mercedes? Right. You see? What are you doing?
Right. Because if she gets married.
But that's the thing. We already talked about all of that. Because if she gets married, she knows that at some point she's going to drop mine.
Right.
And then do Belle.
And whatever.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
How would that work?
Yeah, but
okay.
I was just like, Mommy, I want to carry, because I'm Hispanic, so she wants that. She wants, it's part of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't see it because we are Afro-Latinas.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, a lot of people don't see that part of me when they see me.
her.
Then when they hear my name, they definitely are going to see it. But if I can add it there, I just want to be recognized for everything I am.
Right.
Everything together.
Yes.
And it's all of it. And I think it's a beautiful thing.
I think
so.
so too.
Last year he said, right before COVID,
Mm-hmm.
my husband said, "Okay, go ahead. Just
You
I
can do
get
it.
it. I understand. I get it. It's not personal." And we're like, "It's nothing to do with you. It's
Right.
not about her."
Right.
And we finally get it, but then COVID happened, and that kind of delayed the process.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, "Mommy, we need to. I'm about to be 18. Like I'm 16 now. When are we gonna?
Oh,
When
wow.
are we going to do this? I need people to start knowing me as
Yeah.
Bel Santos, which sounds weird because it's backwards, but that's."
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is going to be Belle Santos
It's gonna be
for
Bel
her.
Santos instead of Santos
So
Bell.
Belle.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Flip.
It did flip.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
But
Cool.
it's
But
just
that's
one of those things. That like the same as you. Like I just don't want to. I did get a tattoo
Mm-hmm.
saying Mrs. Bell. I'm
Yes.
like, there you go. Look at
Yes.
it.
That is fun.
Here you
See,
go.
I'm a Belle.
I'm a Bell.
Yes.
See, I'm a
It's
Bell.
written on it.
But when it comes to that last name, I have to have my.
Yes, it was something about it, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
it's kind of like
something about
your
it.
daughter, me and her, kind of on that same track, where she wants to carry you with her.
Right.
That's maybe why she wants to keep your name. It's part of her identity.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. But I said, well, I can still honor them
Right.
and change it. So
Mhm.
and it meant
Beautiful.
something to them. But
I
yeah.
can
It did.
guess.
Oh, I'm
Oh
sure.
my gosh.
It did.
I'm I'm sure.
Like, that's a priceless gift, right?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah. He loves.
She's mine, for real.
For real,
For real.
I got bonus points that time.
Yeah, you did.
I don't got to give no more gifts.
Gifts for a long time.
For a long time.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, Tiara, what we're gonna do is something. We have like a would you rather question segment, right?
Okay.
So you know how it goes, right?
Yes.
I give you two choices and you select. Mercedes, she always loves when we have guests because she thinks it takes her out of it. But that's not true. That's not true. So what we're going to do is would you rather? Okay. We both have to answer.
Okay.
But it's less pressure when we have a guest.
Right.
Because sometimes she doesn't even realize that she gets so involved into what the guests are answering, and I just like sit back.
Now that you pointed that out, I'm on you.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Okay. Pressure.
So, would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales?
Ooh.
Covered in fur or covered in scales?
What kind of fur? What do you mean by fur?
Like animal fur.
What kind of animal?
Not being an animal, being myself, but
being
just covered
yourself,
in something.
but you have fur. You're covered in fur, or you're covered in scales.
Scales?
I'm gonna definitely go with covered in fur.
I just need to know.
She
where
doesn't
this
know.
fur coming
See, this
from.
is it. She never knows. What do you mean?
Where are they coming from? I need to know where they coming from. Are they clean? Were they
Mercedes.
sanitized before they put them on me?
Nope. No, this is actual fur, like hair that grow out you, but fur.
But it be your fur.
But it's your fur.
Your fur. Like if you grew fur, or if you grew
Help us,
scales.
Lord. Help us, Tiara.
Help me, Lord.
Help us, Tiara.
See, Lord, we called you for this type of things, and it's
Right.
not right. Okay, I'll go with the fur, just because the second one sounds even.
It don't it?
It does.
Don't it? It makes me want to itch.
It
I don't
is.
know.
Mhm.
So definitely fur.
Okay. Would you rather spend the rest of your life with a sailboat or yacht as your home, or an RV as your home?
That's a good one.
It is. Who's having some trouble?
I'm thinking about storms. I'm thinking about.
That's a good one though.
Like, I'm
think
thinking
about
about.
it.
Okay, on a boat. Where's the boat? Where is it? Where am I docking the boat?
Gotcha. You could dock
At
it
a marina?
anywhere.
Is
Yeah,
it a yacht?
anywhere.
You said a yacht.
It could be
A
a yacht.
sailboat or a yacht. So I don't know, wherever they
Whatever
dock
your preference.
yachts. I don't know.
That's such a good one.
That's a good one. See, what will you do?
Okay. I think I would say RV.
I think
Okay,
I would go
why?
with that one too.
Really?
Yeah, only because, to me I love water, but I recently learned how to swim in it, so I
haven't learned.
I see. I learned it and then forgot.
So I'm like,
To be on the water all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Where am I dock? Because it really depends.
Wherever you want to dock, Mercedes.
So
Dock
if
it
it's
whatever you want to dock
If
it.
it's wherever I want to be, I'm gonna go with the yacht.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, living the island life or something.
Something,
Like,
right?
You the
Yeah.
island hop.
Yeah, you
Right?
could.
Right?
You could.
Right.
You could.
On a clear weather, no storms or anything.
Yes.
Like that. Be careful and have a really good radar and what is it? A weather, not a weather channel, a weather.
Those things.
I don't even know what it's called.
Whatever.
Don't get me the line.
The wind chime. I don't know.
So-
But you're really not good with directions, so I hope you got that.
But you have the things in your yacht.
North, east, south, west.
And if it goes anywhere I want to, I will have a conductor.
Just don't go by the
driving.
Bermuda Triangle. See?
And
And then you
No.
disappear.
I stay around.
You're
I go
not
around
gonna
the
know how.
coast.
Okay.
I just follow all of the coast until I
all
get
around.
whatever, a beautiful island. And then I won't go
Anywhere else.
That's
You'll
it.
discover the land.
That's it.
Then you call me and I'll come pick you
And
up
then-
in the RV.
right.
There you go, see? Okay.
All right.
We have a plan.
This is good.
Okay.
Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future or 10 minutes into the future of someone else?
Whoa, that's kind of heavy.
Just one person I can
Look at her. 10 minutes into your own future or 10 minutes into the future of someone else?
I would say into the future of someone else.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
You want to do either one?
No, I don't want to. Because
Choose
10
one.
minutes is not enough. I'm just gonna end up like losing
My
my
mind.
mind. Like,
Or it's like,
what's next? What was next?
You about to trip. Oh, you about to trip. You about to hit
Boom,
that
you
pedal. Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
I knew that was coming.
Right.
So just once?
No, I think, well,
Are they compounded? That's what she asked. Can you see 10, then 20, then 30?
no. Just 10
Just
minutes
one
at a
time.
time.
Oh.
At a time.
Oh.
10 minutes at a time.
Oh, see? Okay. But just one person.
Yeah.
Can I do 10 minutes with one person and then the next 10 minutes with another person?
So then you psych.
Right, now. So now you psychic, right? That's what she's trying to be. She always circumvents the process. What?
Okay, I'm asking myself.
Okay.
Just because I wouldn't be able to choose whose future.
Okay.
10 minutes
Oh,
I wouldn't-
okay.
Right.
I can choose.
You can't do it.
I can see that. I can see that.
I just
You
can't
won't
do
pick.
it.
I
She
won't
can't. Okay.
That's a good one.
This is a good one too.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Would you rather
Okay.
to have whatever you are thinking to appear above your head for everyone to see, or have absolutely everything you do live streamed for everyone else?
Oh my
When you
God.
say
That is a
everything
good
I
one.
see, everything I do, absolutely everything I do.
Everything you do.
Or
Everything.
people see your thoughts.
Or people
right
see
here.
your thoughts.
see your thoughts.
So it's
Either
privacy
way,
of
it's
thoughts
really
or
bad.
privacy of your life.
She said either way is bad for me.
Bad.
So, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna have to go with the transparent one. Just see everything I do. Just live stream me.
Right.
That's
Which
what
one?
You will go live stream?
That was good.
That was
really
good.
Yeah.
Live stream. Everything you do. Everything you
I
do.
mean
I'ma see it.
everything. That's a tough
Everything.
one. I'd rather
I do everything y'all do. Y'all do it too.
That's true.
They
That's
do
true.
it too.
That's true.
Everything.
No, because I don't want people
Knowing my thoughts,
my
because that's
thoughts.
so
That's personal.
intrusive.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
mine. That's really good or bad. That's mine. It's
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's just that everything I do part, like, whoa.
Right.
Everything.
That, yeah. But I would rather have that.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I'd rather lose my privacy of life than my privacy of thought.
Yes.
that's true.
Yes, because you can live inside. You know?
You can.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yep,
you
you
can.
can.
I like that. Okay. Oh, that was so deep.
That was too deep.
That was too deep.
That's too deep.
It ain't deeper than that ocean you gonna be on that.
Show late.
Goodness.
You gonna be deep.
Agree.
Yes, that's a
Not
good one
knowing how to
here.
swim.
Because you forgot.
That's right.
You might need your thoughts on your head so somebody can remind you of stuff because you forget. But look, this was a great episode. I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed you all. So
This was really
It was really good.
So we need the recipe for this.
Sure.
yeah, yes,
Yes, thank you so much.
absolutely.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yes.
I mean, I thank you so very much for having me here. I was excited to get the invite. And so anytime, just call me and I will be here.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we will. We
Awesome.
will.
Awesome.
This will not be your last time.
Will not.
So on that note, remember to subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. Like this video. Subscribe to Tiara's channel. Remember what it is? Tiara the Survivor. Subscribe to her channel. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram.
Share.
So remember, life doesn't have to be this or that.